have a good day to all of us. By the way, I am Tampos Cathyrine, BSED English 3. And good morning to you, Ma'am Buena. This is my assigned report. The topic of my assigned report is all about videography. So, let's discuss what is videography. So, videography is a type of art that records activities from a live event. It involves work of a videographer who operates the camera when taping the footage and superheads the editing process to produce the final product. So, videography also refers to the electronic capture of moving images on electronic media such as digital cameras, video types, and streaming media. So, videography is a talk about recording a video. So, it involves a electronic machine or electronic media that captures video. So, it defines also as the process of making video films with a video camera. So, in short, videography is a type of arts that processed or making a video through a video camera. So, that is a videography. So, who is videographer? So, let's define who is a videographer in a videography. So, videographer is someone who is responsible for recording live events and a small scale of video production. So, videographer is the one who record that kind of events, a small scale of video production. He or she the one who video that kind of event. So, that is a videographer. So, another is, it is focused on a smaller production like documentaries, live events, short films, legal depositions, weddings, birthdays, parties, sports events, commercials, and training videos. So, it is the videographer, it is the one who record that kind of event, any kind of event that uses a video camera. So, that is what we call a videographer. So, the one who is assigned to hold that camera and captured videos, and it is responsible for planning, filming, and editing videos that could be used for a variety of products such as movies, advertisements, or television shows. So, that is what we call a videographer. So, in short, a videographer, the one who holds that camera and take some kind of video in any kind of event that he or she is responsible for recording a live events, or he or she is the one who assigned to hold that camera to capture any kind of videos or any kind of that event. So that is what we call a videographer. So let's talk about the 7 elements of videography. So, there are 7 elements of videography. Number 1 is the location or the type of video shoot. Number 2 is dialogue, type of video scene. Number 3 is costume, type of video shot. Number 4 is action, type of video, story video. And number 5 is sound effect, music, type of mood. And 6, props, mood and statement of a video. And number 7 is the character strengthening storytelling. So, that's are the 7 elements of videography, and let's talk it one by one. So, let's go further to number 1, location. So, location is a type of video shoot. So, it is the right shoot can go a long way in defining what impact it has on the viewer. So, it is the magic and power of good photography. So, location is also called the magic, the power of a good photography. And An interesting location will develop curiosity in viewers' mind, will make mundane actions pleasing, be it for a wedding, social film, photo shoots, or anything for the production angle. So, location, it is a type of video shoot. So, in short, a location is, example, if there is an event, there is a wedding, so in you are capturing any kind of video, or you are taking a film or a video, so there is a what we call a location. So video is useless if there is not a location. So if we are taking a film, or we are taking a video, so it's nice to have a good location, because if we have that kind of good location, the magic of power of that kind of video will have a good effect and have a good photography. So, number 2 is dialogues, a type of video scene. So, few things you need to consider before going for the dialogues in videography. Keep voice-overs to a minimum. So, go for a direct dialogue. So, in taking a videography, so there is need to be a dialogue, because if you have any scene or any videos, your product will be boring, because there is no dialogue. There is no impact on that kind of video. We cannot understand what the video talks about. So, it needs to have a dialogue. So, keep voiceovers to a minimum. So, it's nice to have, if you take that video, so it's nice to advise, or it's nice to have, you need to keep voiceover to a minimum to avoid any bad effects of your video. Go for a direct dialogue. So, you need to go for a direct dialogue. No more flowery words, no more cha-cha-cha in that kind of video, so that the audience will be understand directly to your video or film. Since theatre is the mother of a modern day perception, find a professional who writes like a playwright. So, in that way, so theatre is our mother of modern day, this generation. So we need to find a good dialogue in our videography. So number 2, dialogue. So we need to have a good dialogue in our videography to have the good effect on that video. So number 3 is costume, type of video shoot. So, what makes an actor relevant to the role is how well he adapts to his persona, his on-camera presence, and his props. Example, costume. So in our video, so as the actor or an actress, we need to have the good costume. We need to have the good persona. Why? Because it's nice to introduce our video, our film, if we have a good output, especially the one who acts that video. So, it's nice to have a good costume or a good persona on that kind of video. So, plan out something vibrant, eye-catchy, and unconventional enough to fool if your purpose and glue your audience to the screen. So, if you want to eye-catchy your video and purpose glue to your audience to the screen, so you need to have that kind of a good costume to your video. You need to have your good video shoot with a good costume that reflects or relevant to your persona on that kind of video. So, that is the importance of costume in videography. So, number 4 is action type of story or video. So, It is give the viewer something to think about, something that teases his emotions and of high entertainment value. As a videographer, you can accomplish this when on-camera actions have enough zest or So, in this kind of action type of story video, you need to think something that teases his emotions and high entertainment value. So, action type of story. So, as a videographer, so if you produced your video, so you must have that kind of videographer where the audience or the sinner will entertain your video. There is a value where the audience have the purpose of entertainment in that video. You have the good actions on your video, the good type of story where you have a good videography, and the audience will make it happy and eye-catchy to that kind of video you will make. So that is an action type of story or video. So number 5, sound effects or musics or type of mood. So sometimes music does the trick. It is powerful enough to convey the sentiments of any scene. So sound effective music. So if your video is all about the burial, so you need to have that video with a sad songs. So like sad songs where people emotions will reflect that kind of music. If your video is about romance, so you need to have a type of music, well, the love songs, where people have sentiments to that kind of music, where they can reflect to that kind of event. So music must relate to that kind of event where people can reflect also. So just use the right background music and effects to minimize heavy usage of words. So it's nice to have that. If you have your videography, you have your video, you have that kind of sound music that really reflects to what kind of events you have. So that is. So number 6 is props, moods, and statement of value. So props is the right amount, and types of props can make a world difference. Try and adjust the contrasting props to enhance beauty of your production. There has to meticulous planning and arrangement of thoughts presented in every shoot, scene, and display. Props aren't limited to objects on around the actors. There is also careful planning in their placements, color, and etc. So in making a videography, so props is very important because it is the mood of our video, or the mood and or the statement of our video, because our videography might be boring if it is no props in that video. So if our audience see that kind of video and there is an eye-catchy, interesting, and it is good to look and it is presentable, so audience must like our video in that scenario. So as a videographer, we need to use any kinds of props and any kinds of props that make our video more presentable. So the last is 7, the characters strengthen storytelling. So characters magnetically pull a viewer towards it. More so, these successfully do not job of putting across the desired message. As a videographer, build an interesting character that ties all your efforts together. So if we are making a video, if we are making a videography, so we need to have a good character. So if I know that I am a good videography. I am a good videographer. So I need to have the good character on that kind of video. I need to have that kind of good actors and actresses, a good character that fits to that kind of video. So that fits to that kind of my interesting efforts. Because being a videographer is not easy. So you need to have your efforts together. The good character and a good videographer to have that kind of good videography, and you have released the good output together. So that is a character that strengthens storytelling. Next is best videography equipment. So as a good videographer, we need to have our best videography equipment. So these are the checklist or the right tools you will need. First is the camera. So you need to have a good camera, a tripod, video lighting kit, wireless, shotgun, USB, and a clip-on or lavalier mics. After you video all your scene, you have the editing software, the memory card where you need to save your videos, spare batteries, light reflector, and a range of lenses. So that's are the best videography equipment that you need as a good videographer. So next is principles of video production. So these are the principles of video productions: the framing, shoot types, or angles. So as a videographer, you need to know the good shoot types, any kind of angles in that kind of shoot that will fit to your videography and the scene will see at all. Second is basic editing elements. So as a good videographer, you need to know the basic kind of editing. So as you need to have the good editing so you can apply it in your video. Another one is editing space and timing, action access, position of the camera, and interframe insert. So you need to know the position of the camera, the entire frame, the how you shoot your video in a correct direction, in the right direction. Another one is the continuity and cut, camera motions. Another one is frame length, time and space, linear and non-linear editing, and the rhythm and pace. So that's are the principles of video production. So as a videographer, you need to know that kind of principles to have a good output in your videography. So that's all of my report. So I do believe that a good videography makes our lives more happier and memorable. Because of that videography, we can reflect on that kind of scenario before. So keep it up, and we need to have our memories and a good video in our lives, because that makes our hearts more belong and makes our hearts happier in that way. Thank you and God bless. I am Cathyrine Tampos.